Hey everyone, it's Quad here, back with another video, and today I'm going to talk about the ZV-E10, the camera that I got to shoot my everyday life and my YouTube videos, and it certainly sparked my inspiration about camera photography and cinematography. I used to shoot with my smartphone and I never thought like camera is required because smartphones are too good nowadays. But after I got this camera, I realized that there's a huge difference even between a small mirrorless camera and a flagship iPhone. So I'm keeping it, and the experience was overall amazing. It inspired me to take photos that I usually don't take of things, so I usually take it with me on a trip wherever I go. It certainly is an amazing thing. The reason I got this camera, basically the price and the performance you get for what you pay for. If you look for the lenses of Sony, even small compact mirrorless lenses are like 500, 600, sometimes $800-900 just for the lens alone, and for the price like 700, which is what I paid for this camera with the kit lens included, looked too good to me, and I certainly love the decision that I make. I also got the Sigma 60mm f1.4 lens, which I sold recently due to too heavyweight, and I didn't like using third-party lens on my camera because when I move something on the lens, it gave me an error, said like, oh, this feature is not supported on your camera, and all that stuff makes me just want to shoot native. And if you're gonna buy the lens, make sure you check the Sony website about the compatibility on the ZV-E10 so you get the maximum performance out of your lens. But the kit lens that I'm shooting on right now, if you have a good light, which I mostly do, it does an amazing job. You can like control the focus and get the certain aperture you like. So basically, for the price, for the quality, the 4K, everything about this camera with the flip screen, photography capabilities are great. Let's talk about pros of this camera. First of all, the camera is really light and compact. If you have ever hold a full frame body in your hand, you know that it is too big, and if you put a zoom lens on it, it will be too damn big to carry around. Imagine you are having a moment with your family. Most certainly maybe I'm out with my girlfriend, we want to take some pictures of things, the food we eat and everything. Like, you take out, you shoot, you put it in your backpack. Same for the video blogs, you just hold it in your hand, you record some moment that you are having, and this camera is for that, is great. But with the full frame, with the heavy cameras, it's like a setup. Usually it won't even leave the home. I just have my phone for that, but this camera is every time it is with me. Other than that, it also has a very great microphone that I'm currently recording with right now. So if you are hearing me through the microphone of the internal ZV-E10, and I think it is great. You don't need to spend extra money on a lot of things. I mean, the package overall with the lens, with the body, with the features, fast autofocus, everything is great for the price. But let's talk about the cons of using ZV-E10. First of all, there is no electronic viewfinder like what you get on a 6600, you know, and basically the crop with the image stabilization when you are vlogging is basically too tight, so you probably will require to get an extra lens like a 11mm f1.8 for this camera if you are gonna shoot handheld with the stabilization. I mean, you can shoot with kit lens and fix it in the post, but I cannot imagine going through the route of using a software called Catalyst Browse with your Mac or PC, putting the files in, rendering them back, then putting it to the Lightroom, putting it to the maybe Premiere, then edit them and come back to it and all that sort of work. I just turn on the active stabilization and that's it for me basically. And if you move the camera around, if you shake it too much, you get a bit of a rolling shutter with the camera, which is because the sensor is a bit old. By the way, we are talking about the APS-C sensor, so you are not gonna get the depth of field you get with the full frame. And those are all the cons in my opinion. Another thing I want to talk about the screen and the preview on this camera. So if you are taking a picture, the image looks really nice. When you take it, it shows you a preview image, which is really low quality. So when you transfer the photo to your phone or a Mac, you see the picture, the photo you took is really sharp, nice, but on the camera it looks just bad because of the quality of the screen. It's not equipped with a newer menu of new Alpha series as well, so basically things may feel a bit outdated to you, but the outcome, the results are great, but the user experience is not premium and it's made in China product. So set your expectations low on build quality and everything basically. And so overall, my conclusion about camera: if you are going to shoot videos, if you're just a beginner, just get it with the kit lens. Don't spend extra money on lenses and everything. For the same amount of money, you can get, like, if you are gonna buy this and an extra lens, I will just go and step up for A7C, so I will shoot in full frame. A7C also has a great kit lens and it will provide me much better experience with the screen, electronic viewfinder and everything that you hope for with better features. But I'm gonna hold on to this camera till A7C second generation release, maybe in the next year or so. I'm totally happy with the results that I get, and there is no point in my opinion to get a big full frame camera because you're not gonna carry it with me a lot of times. It doesn't inspire me to create content and spending $4,000 or $5,000 on a camera with a channel like this. I don't have enough views for that anyways. So ZV-E10 in my opinion is still the best camera you can get for YouTube, for shooting daily photos, experimenting with lens, learning photography and all that. And if you are going to do what you are doing, basically you can always upgrade to a better camera, and you gotta know about what you need, what lens, what focal length you shoot most at, what is your needs, rather than spending huge chunk of money and finding out that this thing is not for you. This camera is a really good start. I 10/10 recommend the ZV-E10 and it's a keeper for me. The only dream with this lens is, like, I recently went to the Sony Experience Center and experimented with 11mm and 15mm G lens that is just released. But again, it brings me to the idea of, like, instead of spending that much money on a lens, I could have just upgraded my camera. You know, I'm in this dilemma, but anyways, thanks for watching. Those are my thoughts about ZV-E10. I just wanted to shoot a quick talking head video and get my thoughts about ZV-E10. So tune in, make sure you subscribe, like, and I got many more videos to come in the future. Have a great day, everyone.